I analyzed 10 years of past papers for the topic of standing waves so that you don't have to. In this video, I'm going to explain exactly what you need to know to score great in your upcoming final exams. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. The first thing you need to know is the symmetry rule. In your exams, you may be given a string that's connected at both ends, or you may be given a closed pipe which is closed at both ends, or you may be given a pipe that's open at both ends. In all of these cases, see, there's a symmetry. Whatever happens on the one end of the system, that's the same thing that occurs on the other end. This we will call as a symmetric system. In a symmetric system, all harmonics are present. You'll have the first, the second, the third, the fourth, and so on. The equation for the harmonics will be given by this: NV over 2L. N stands for your harmonic. If N is 1, it means you're looking at the first harmonic. That is the fundamental frequency. If N is 2, you're looking at the second harmonic. V stands for the speed in the medium. If it's a rope, you're looking at the speed of the wave in the rope. If it's an air column, V will be the speed of the air column. L stands for the length of the string or length of the tube. Now let's look at the not symmetric case, in which one end can be open. For example, a string is open at one end and closed at the other. Or you can have a tube which is open at one end and closed at the other end. This is the not symmetric case. In this case, remember, you only have odd harmonics. You can have the first harmonic, you can have the third harmonic, you can have the fifth harmonic, and so on. Even harmonics are missing. The equation is NV over 4L. Note that it's not 2L, it's 4L. And N can only be an odd number, meaning N stands for the odd harmonics. You can have the first, third, fifth, 7, and so on. This is half of the battle. The second part you need to understand is the mode pattern. For a symmetric system that's vibrating in its fundamental frequency, a half a wavelength always fits inside the system. So L equals lambda over 2. A half a wavelength will fit inside the string or the pipe if you have a symmetric system. On the other hand, if you have a non-symmetric system which is vibrating in its fundamental mode, a quarter of wavelength is going to fit inside the system, inside the tube or in a string. Here's a side-by-side comparison. L equals lambda over 2 for symmetric, L equals lambda over 4 for the non-symmetric. A quick recap before we move forward. Step 1. Identify if your system is symmetric or not. Step 2. Apply symmetry rule. If it's a symmetric system, all harmonics will be present. If it's a non-symmetric system, only the odd harmonics will be present. Step 3. Identify mode pattern. If it's a symmetric system that's vibrating in the fundamental frequency, half a wavelength will be present in the system. If it's a non-symmetric system, then you'll have a quarter of a wavelength in the fundamental frequency. Step 4. Use the formulas that we discussed for the symmetric and non-symmetric to solve the problem. That's it. Before we move on, let's look at a common trap that IB lays for you. Here you see a non-symmetric system. Note that on the left side we have displacement of air, and on the right we have variation of pressure in air. Whenever you have a pressure node, whenever the pressure can vibrate to its maximum value, you're going to have a displacement antinode. And vice versa, if it's a displacement node, you're going to have a pressure antinode. So keep that in mind. Alright, it's time to solve some past papers. Alright, here's the first problem. A standing wave is formed in a pipe that's open at one end and closed at the other. The length of the pipe is given, the speed of the sound is given, N is a positive integer. Now that's a key term. N can be any positive integer such as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. What's the correct expression about the harmonics in the pipe? Remember, what's our first step? Our first step is to see if this is a symmetric or a non-symmetric system. This is a non-symmetric system. That means our equation would be Fn is Nv over 4L. So we know that the denominator should have 4L in it. That means this is wrong and this one is incorrect. So it's either B or D. The problem with part D is N here is a positive integer. So this expression will give us all the harmonics. It will give, if N is 1, it's the first harmonic, N is 2, the second, N is 3, and so on and so forth, which is incorrect. In a non-symmetric system, we know only odd harmonics are present. That means for part B, if I choose N as 1, The equation will be Fn is 2 minus 1 V over 4L, which is 1 V over 4L. That's an odd harmonic. If I choose n as 2, the expression will be 3V over 4L. If I choose n as 3, it will be 5V over 4L. You see, we only are getting odd harmonics. That means option B is the correct one. The second problem, a pipe containing air is closed at one end and open at the other. The third harmonic frequency is given. What other frequencies are possible? Once again, what kind of system is this? This is a non-symmetric system. That means our equation is Fn is Nv over 4L. Now, we're given that the third harmonic is 150. So F3, which is 150, would be 3V over 4L. From this, you can find V over 4L, which would be 50. 50 is V over 4L. Alright, so we got V over 4L. How about the first harmonic? The first harmonic would be 1V over 4L. We found V over 4L was 50, so 1 times 50 is 50. So the first harmonic would be 50, and that's part B, and that's it. Let's move on to the third problem. A metal rod of 45 centimeters clamped at its midpoint. The speed of the sound is given. The speed of sound in air is given. The metal rod vibrates at its first harmonic. What's the wavelength in air of the sound produced? Alright, so here is a metal rod. It's clamped at the center. What kind of system is this? Is this a symmetric or a non-symmetric? This is symmetric. Both the ends of the rod are free to vibrate back and forth. So it's a symmetric system. So the equation would be Fn would be Nv over 2L. Alright, what else do we know? We know the length of the rod. Remember, in a symmetric system, L equals lambda over 2. So that means lambda is 2L. That means 2 times 45, which is 90 centimeters, which is 0.9 meters. So we found the lambda, the wavelength inside the rod. Can we find the frequency of the vibrations in the rod? Yes, we can use this equation, V equals lambda F. So we can rearrange this and get the frequency as V. Keep in mind, this is the speed in the rod. That would be 1500 over lambda, which is 0.9. So you got the frequency in the rod. Now this rod is vibrating back and forth. Those vibrations push the air surrounding it and create a sound wave in the air. The frequency of the sound is the same as the frequency of the source, which is the rod. So the frequency of sound in air is this. This is the frequency in air. How would we find the wavelength of the sound in air? We'll use this equation once again, but apply it on air. So V is the speed of air. V air equals lambda in air times F in air. Okay, so lambda in air would be speed of sound in air, which is 300 over frequency, which is 1500 divided by 0.9, which turns out to be 18 centimeter. That's all the third problem. Let's move on to the final one. A pipe of length L is closed at one end. Right away, it's a non-symmetric system. What's the wavelength of the fifth harmonic? We know for a non-symmetric system, it's Nv over 4L and are odd. If you want the fifth harmonic, it's 5V over 4L. That's the frequency. What are we after? We're after wavelength. So we'll use the equation V equals lambda F. That means lambda is V over the frequency, which is 5V over 4L, which is 4 over 5, 4L over 5. And that solves the problem. If you understand these patterns, standing wave questions will stop being random and you'll stop picking up marks consistently. I'm running a live IB physics workshop. I'm going to break down the most repeated question types, the exact mistakes students make, and how to approach questions under exam pressure in final weeks. If you're preparing for your finals right now, you can join using the link below. Seats are limited, so make sure you register early. And subscribe. I'll be breaking down more high frequency IB questions like this.